So people often talk about UDL and good teaching practices and might say that, well, if you have good teaching practices, you may find that you're already meeting many of the guidelines or principles of UDL. And I think that's true to a certain extent. I like to think of UDL as sort of an overarching mindset or sort of an overarching umbrella that whenever we're looking at or evaluating our teaching practices, we might look to see, well, is there anywhere where I can impart a little bit more flexibility here? So I may be using very good teaching practices, but perhaps I can allow more options for my students. So in a sense, they do go hand in hand, but I do think of UDL as more of an overarching umbrella, sort of surrounding everything, and more of a mindset, really. If a teacher is first thinking about trying UDL or applying the principles of UDL to their teaching, of course the first thing I would recommend is to learn a little bit more about it and to learn more about some practical examples. I think that can be very helpful. My favorite source of resources about UDL is CAST, the Center for Applied Special Technologies. They have fabulous resources online, lots of practical examples, and lots of examples about how to use technology as well to help meet the needs of all of your students. So I would recommend absolutely looking into some of these resources, talking to colleagues who might also be interested in UDL. And I think another major challenge here is that when we talk about inclusiveness or accessibility, these are very subjective variables, and what might be helpful for one student may not be so helpful for the other. So at the same time, if you do implement some changes to your teaching with UDL in mind, I would highly recommend talking to your students, because how do you know if it's effective or if you really are enhancing the inclusiveness of your course besides getting a little bit of feedback from your students? So I would recommend not being shy and asking your students, am I meeting your needs here? Or is there some place where you feel the course is a little bit too rigid, where we might like to try something new?